Hi everyone, in today's video I will be talking about theorem 6. So let's get started. The theorem says if the order of an element A of a group G is n, that means order of A is n, and P is an integer prime to n. P is an integer prime to n means P comma n is equals to 1, that means P and n are relatively prime. Then a power p is also of order n. Then we have to show that order of ap is equals to n. They have given that order of a is equals to n and p comma n is equals to n 1. That means p and n are relatively prime. Then we have to show that order of ap is equals to n. This is the theorem explanation. Now coming to proof. First, let us assume that m is the order of a power p. M be the order of a power p. Order of ap is equals to m here. Okay. They already given that order of a is equals to n. If order of a is equals to n, that implies a power n is e, where e belongs to group G. E is identity element. Now take p power on both sides. A to the power of n whole to the power of p is equals to e power p. We can combine it, right? A power np is equals to e power p is e. Okay, e power anything is e. Next, reverse it. Here a power m n, right? I am just taking n here inside and m outside. Likewise, a power p whole power n is equals to e. Okay. In previous theorem, order of integral power can never exceed order of element, right? So, order of AP cannot be equals to n. It is always less than or is equals to n. Here order of element is n. So, either it will be equal to n or it will be less than n. But it is never greater than n. So, order of AP here is n. I hope you understood this. Next, m is the order of a power p, right? So, m is less than or equals to n. Now, by data, p and n are relatively prime, right? So, p comma n is equals to 1. In previous video, I have explained that it can be expressed as a linear combination. So, px plus ny is equals to n1, where x comma y belongs to integers z. Okay. Now, a is equals to a power 1. A can be written as a power 1. A is nothing but a power 1 only, right? Here 1 is equals to px plus ny. Okay. Now split this. A power px, a power ny, right? Here a power mn can be written as a power m whole power n. Likewise, a power px can be written as a power p whole power x, a power n whole power y. But they have in question they have given that order of a is equals to n. So a power n is e, right? So a power p whole power x as it is. In place of a n is we get e, right? E power y. Next, a power p whole power x. E power anything is e, right? Next, a power p whole power x. If e is multiplied to any element, we get the same element. So a power p whole power x. Now take m power on both sides, a power m, a power p whole power x whole power m. Now multiply these two, mx, right? Next, now a power m whole power x. Okay, we have assumed that order of ap is m, right? So a power p whole power m is e, right? So e power x, e power anything is e. So we have got a power m is equals to e. But in the theorem they have mentioned that n is least positive, right? So m cannot be least positive. M cannot be less than n. Here in the theorem they have mentioned that n is least positive. So m cannot be less than n. So obviously m is equals to n, right? Hence m is equals to n. So order of ap is equals to n, right? Hence the proof. I hope you understood this theorem. Let's move on to theorem 7. In a group G, order of A is equals to n. They have given that order of A is n. for all A belongs to group G, D is equals to GCD of n comma m. GCD of n comma m is D here. Then order of AM is equals to n by D. They have given that order of A is equals to n and GCD of n comma m is equals to D. Then we have to show that order of AM is equals to n by D. Okay. Now first let us assume that order of A power m is equals to k. Here k is least positive. So A power m whole power k is E. They have given that D is equals to GCD of n comma m. Here D divides n and D divides m. How? See. GCD of 2 comma 4 is equals to 2 in place of dividend, 4 in place of division. 2 2s are 4. Now 4 minus 4 is 0. Here GCD is 2. This is n, this is m and this is d. Now 2 divides 2. Likewise 2 divides 4. Right. See. So I have written D divides n and D divides m. GCD always divides n and m. Okay. Now here D is dividing n. That means if A divides B, then there exists integer C such that B is equals to AC. Right. Likewise here A is D and B is n. B is equals to AC. Right. Here in place of B we have n. In place of A we have D. C is some constant. Let it be K1. So n is equals to dk1. Likewise m is equals to dk2. See, here is dk2. Okay. Here k1 and k2 are positive integers with GCD of k1 comma k2 is equals to 1. Here k1 and k2 are positive integers whose GCD is 1. Right. That implies 1 divides k1 and 1 divides k2. Right. So here 1 divides k1 means k1 is either k1 is equals to 1 or k1 is greater than 1. Likewise k2 is equals to 1 or k2 is greater than 1. Right. Next, we have assumed that order of A power m is k. So A power m whole power k is E. Right. Now this one. Next, combine this. A power mk is equals to E. In the previous theorem, I have explained that if A power m is equals to E, then order of A divides m. Right. Likewise, here A power mk is equals to E. Here order of A is, in the question they have given that order of A is n. In place of m we have m power k. So here A power mk is equals to E, if and only if n implies n divides mk. Okay. But n is equals to d into k1. Right. dk1 divides mk. dk1 as it is, in place of m dk2. Okay. Into k. d gets cancelled. So k1 divides k2 k. Right. By data k1 k2 is equals to 1. Right. So 1 divides k1 and 1 divides k2. Here k2 is equals to 1 or k2 can be greater than 1. 1 divides 1 or 1 divides 2, 3 and so on. So k2 can be greater than 1 also. So let us assume k2 is equals to 1. Okay. So k into 1 is k. Right. k1 divides k. Why have I written like this? You will get to know in next proof. Okay. Okay. Next, consider A power m whole power k1. Combine A power m k1. Okay. Next, m is equals to dk2 whole power k1. Now interchange A power dk1 whole power k2. Next, A power dk1 is nothing but n. Right. So A power n whole power k2. N is equals to E. So A power n is equals to E. So E power k2. Right. Next, E power anything is E. we have assumed that order of a power m is equals to k, and we have got a power m whole power k1 is equals to e, right? If a power m is equals to e, then n divides m, right? Likewise, n not n, order of a divides m. Now in place of a we have a power m, so order of a power m divides, in place of power we have k1, right? So k1, order of am is k, so k divides k1. In the previous, k1 divides k, and here k divides k1. Okay, we have one result. If a divides b and b divides a, then a is equals to b. Okay, likewise here k1 is dividing k and k is dividing k1, then k1 is equals to k, right? Here n is equals to dk1. We have got k1 as k, so n is equals to dk. That implies k is equals to n by d, right? K is what? K is order of a power m, right? So order of a power m is equals to n by d. Hence the proof. I hope you understood this theorem. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we will discuss coset decomposition of a group.